Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives? Hello and welcome to another episode of So Are the Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Olivia Willis, and today we have fan
your co-host
favorite. Your co-host, if I'm not careful, the one and only Grant Sorenson. Grant, welcome back to the pod.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be back in beautiful Salem,
Yes.
Illinois. You've moved here now full time. That's
Yes,
so
exactly.
exciting.
I'm living in Salem. No, it's so funny. It's weird to be on Zoom when we had the utmost pleasure of two in-person recordings for our
I know,
last
I know.
moments.
And that was also like 6 years ago now.
Don't talk to me about, because
Isn't
I'm
that
like,
crazy?
there's only been two episodes, a mini and a regular episode in between the last time we did, because I took quite a long break.
And on one of those, I was threatened by you and Meredith. I came here to clear the air today.
I should
Yeah.
have invited Meredith so we could all just get on the same
Yeah.
page. I
Yeah.
think sometimes we feel very protective over Marlena, and you saw her in arguably her least professional light, let's just say, where she really, crossed some boundaries with a patient.
Yes, no, I understand that it's complicated. I just feel like we need to sometimes accept the fact that we saw Marlena's true colors come out.
Her
Her
true
color block.
blocking.
Her true color block.
Okay, so we had a hilarious moment where I am now so far behind in my episodes of my watching of the show Days of Our Lives that now Peacock is starting to remove the episodes I am
Yes.
expecting to recap, like it, because they only keep them for a year, come on, Peacock.
They must have like the warning pops up on like their Google Drive that's like you are out of storage. You
And they're
need
like,
to
delete
take
another
some
week of
these,
Days of Our Lives.
like quickly, please.
So, while I am thrilled to have Grant recapping this episode because we have some gay guy drama in this
Yes,
episode,
yes.
this was not the episode I was originally expecting to recap with you, because there was some drama with the he's not even in this episode, but there's a Greek man who's stirring up some chaos in Salem right now.
A Kyriakis?
No.
A different Greek man.
Well, a man from Victor Kyriakis's past who comes
okay,
from
that's good.
Greece and is taking advantage potentially of Victor's widow.
No, Olivia did give me a different episode to watch originally, and then I went on and I couldn't find it, and we sort of put together that they were being deleted. But the original episode, Olivia said, just so you know, there's no gay guy plot line on it, but I think you'll be able to find your way in.
I didn't.
And I did say I can hear other stories.
I just know we love to follow the characters we're invested in, and I know
Absolutely.
we took away being very pro Leo and Dimitri at the end of that.
Yes.
Surprisingly,
I know.
at the end of that episode.
I
Seeing
was
as
very happy.
well, I guess he was going to murder, but then he got shot in surprise. So you weren't having to justify a murderer.
I was just glad that Dimitri woke up from the coma they induced for his
Yes.
bullet graze.
Yes, exactly.
But still dealing with gun. There's a lot of Dimitri and gun storylines
In this
episode. So I wasn't surprised in this episode when Jada was like, he had a gun to my head, because the first episode I saw Dimitri in, the first thing I saw was him pointing a gun at people.
Yeah, he's
So
a man of weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a renegade.
He's a real renegade. Oh, that Dimitri von Leuschner.
And still so hot.
Yeah, and he's doing something different with his hair in this episode to show that he's gone rogue.
Yes, that he's sort of disheveled, and so he has kind of like a triangle with his bangs.
A front swept bang as opposed to like a slicked back sort of swoop that he had before.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
it's full bang.
And he's dressed in like freshman year movement all black.
Yes. I'm like, were you robbing a bank?
Well, they are on the run.
They are on the run. That's true.
And I like that Leo, in true gay guy fashion, was like, let me just put on a leather jacket quickly.
Quick, it's going to be chilly out
Quick,
there.
I know it might be a little cold as we're driving this stolen car.
We can't get
Oh my
into
gosh,
it.
we're already
I'm so
super into it.
excited. Okay, well, I feel like we should just dive in because I've asked you all
Let's
the
do it.
questions before, twice at
Yes.
this point. Oh my
At
God.
this point, I know. We know
Okay,
everything about each other.
we do.
Here we
Okay,
go.
let's dive in. We are recapping Days of Our Lives, season 59, episode 56. See, it sounds like I'm making a lot of progress when in reality, I am not making any progress
But
because,
here's the thing. Episode 56 of like 297
see,
in
that's
the
the thing.
season.
That's where I get tripped up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I started the podcast on like episode 7 of season 59 or something. I'm just not moving quickly enough. But I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there. I'm going to make some strides. This episode aired on Monday, November 13th, 2023. So we're coming up on the year anniversary
The
of
one
this
year anniversary.
airing. Okay, let's get
Yeah.
into the episode. We
Okay.
begin in a seedy motel room, not the Salem Inn. This is a very important distinguishing element. And the music is immediately loud and dramatic to tell that we
Mhm.
are coming off of a weekend cliffhanger. Clearly, something bad happened on the Friday episode, and now it's Monday, and we're
Mhm.
jumping in.
Yes.
So, Detective Jada Hunter is sitting on the edge of the bed, holding her head to show that she has been hurt. And this is
Yeah,
your
I
first time
said
encountering Jada, right?
it's not. This Jada
Oh,
is Green Girl.
oh my God, I forgot Jada was Green Girl.
Jada is Green Girl. But she's not Green Girl in this episode because she's famously not in green.
There you
So
go.
she's just Jada now. I did do a much better job this episode with names because people were calling each other by their names a lot more in this
Yeah,
episode.
I wonder if they do that on purpose, like that top of the week episodes. They're like, people are
Just
coming
to
back from
remind
the weekend.
them back. They're like, oh God,
Who are these people? Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah. Oh, I had
that's really
completely
funny.
forgotten Jada was Green
Yes,
Girl.
Jada is Green Girl.
Incredible. Okay. So Rafe, who we know is
Mhm.
the police commissioner, Jada's boss,
Yes.
and her boyfriend, runs into
Okay.
the room. Was that new information for you?
Well, I
That
kept
revealed
clocking
itself.
a lot of sexual tension in the
Yes.
eye contact between many partners of
Yes.
people. Some that I think should not be happening, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to it. I think I know who you're
Yeah,
talking about.
I think you do too. No, but she begins the episode in trauma.
Absolutely.
Like
She
she's
has a head
holding
wound.
she's like breathing heavily, like she is in pain.
100%.
And I was like, that's a tough place to have to start, like drop in.
Once again, the commitment that this show holds for in media res storytelling
Yeah.
cannot be underestimated.
They both are like, we're going to drop you into the middle of something. And then once we've done that, we will then put way too much exposition. But they're going to start you. They're going to start you.
They want you to
right
be
in the
on your
midst.
heel. They
Yeah.
want to catch you off guard. They will go back and fill you in on
Yeah.
literally way more information than you
Don't
need.
worry.
Just stick
You'll
with
figure it out.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, Rafe runs into the seedy motel room. Jada's upset because Dimitri von Leuschner and Leo Stark got away. So this is a motel room where they have been hiding out since Dimitri was wanted for attempted murder because when we last cut back to Grant's first episode on the podcast, Dimitri holding a gun on Gabby Gucci Top and her husband.
Generic white man.
That's exactly right. Stefan, thank you. I was like, I know his name somewhere in my brain. Vivian shot Dimitri out of quote unquote self-defense with her little lipstick pistol.
Uh-huh.
So they took Dimitri to the hospital, put him in that induced coma.
Yep.
And then he was being held, like he was handcuffed to the bed, being held because Gabby and Stefan were going to press charges against him. Leo helped Dimitri escape from the hospital.
Oh, that's
so then they were both wanted.
That's love.
Isn't that romantic?
That's love.
Yeah. Oh, love them. Guys. Love that for them. So they were in hiding. They've been hiding out in this motel. Jada, I don't remember how Jada caught them, but Jada like shows up at their motel room, Dimitri, there's a physical struggle, obviously. Dimitri like gets her gun, was fully like holding her at gunpoint, was gonna kill her,
Yes.
then ended up just pistol whipping her in the back of the head, which is her current head wound. So that's
Yes.
where we're
Okay.
at in this
That's where
room.
we're at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rafe assures Jada that they have officers combing the city for the gays. My words, not his, because they stole Jada's car to make their escape. So now they're on the
Yes.
run in an unmarked car. Then we cut to the car on a dark road, which is never a good sign. On this show, we never see a car unless something terrible is going to happen in said car.
Yep.
Dimitri's speeding with a crazy look in his eyes
On
and
the
his
run.
bangs in his eye, like bangs
Yes.
swinging, everything.
I feel like there's also some like thought, there's like some atmospheric haze happening. Like there's some
Absolutely.
like lights. There's no like clear like
There's
scenery
no
going
glass
by.
or any. No, no. We're
Oh, but they do have a really weird fragrance tree hanging from the rear view mirror.
well, now we know that's Jada's.
Oh, that's
Now
right.
we know
Okay,
because this is
so
her car. Yeah, I feel like the fog that they have is the only movement they have to indicate that the car is moving.
that something's happening.
I love that. Yeah, they're not even like doing a green screen. They're just truly like wobbling in a
Yep,
stationary vehicle.
100%.
And I'm here for it. Leo is very uncomfortable with the speed. And then we get perhaps my favorite couplet of dialogue of all time. Leo goes, Dimitri, I know we need to get to the dock, but slow down. The roads are slick. And Dimitri goes, I am not missing that submarine.
Submarine. So I heard submarine, and the first thing I thought was the submersible. And I was like, is this an episode that predicted the submersible? Or
Wait, it came after. Well, but it would have been filmed before.
I was like, or some writer was like very taken with that story and was like, we got to do a submarine
Potentially.
storyline.
So what's happening here is that Dr. Rolf, who is the town mad scientist, let's say,
Great.
offered Dimitri a submarine to get him out of Salem and take him to, I believe, Alemania, which is his home country.
Great. We need to get this gay guy in international waters.
But also, here's something that's genuinely occurring to me right now. Where in a suburb outside of Chicago does a submarine take you?
Well, let's see.
Do they just ride it down the Chicago River? We got spit out in a submarine.
Huron, Ontario.
We made it to Canada. Yeah. So, and also,
can you even get low enough in a submarine in like fresh water?
They're just like in a lake, but they're underwater. I can't believe I didn't think of that until now.
But honestly, I didn't think about it at all.
I was just like, it was the fact that they said submarine that I was like, well, I have to get on board with this. And I thought no further.
Yeah. No. I mean, you bring up a submarine and I'm like, I'm willfully suspending my disbelief.
And
like,
that's the magic of Days of Our Lives.
And then you add some fog swirling by and I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I'm here.
Yeah,
like,
that's so true. We've already had to buy in so hard. Okay, so they are not missing that submarine. Dimitri is speeding down a dark road. Meanwhile, without a care in the world, E.J. DiMera, British, salt and pepper hair, calls Nicole, his new wife, for the second time. They have been married before, but then they were divorced, but now they're back together.
We love to see that.
She is very pregnant.
Which you can't tell until later.
Until much later, because she's behind the wheel of a car.
This one's you just sort of see her head kind of popping up
behind the giant wheel.
It's like, and it's probably the same car.
That's I have that later where I'm like, he goes to a suspiciously similar looking black sedan.
And then they were like, we gotta get this shot done because this car needs to get over to the set for The Price is Right. Because it's a prize.
It is a prize.
They're on a time crunch with this one vehicle.
Yes. So Nicole is very pregnant with a child that we are gonna get more into it.
Oh my God, the babies.
The babies.
Like,
the parentage.
I could not.
Yes, Nicole
track
is
this.
very pregnant with a child that she thinks is EJ's, but is not actually EJ's. But only two people in this episode know that information.
Uh-huh.
So she's calling
Okay.
EJ and just
Hmm.
being like, I love you so
I'm
much.
driving
I'm
to
driving.
you.
I'm on my way back to you.
Yes.
Which as soon as we see her in the car, we know it's bad. We know two
Oh
cars
yeah.
on the road. This is a disaster. Also, did you notice the noise difference between the silent
I
room and the car?
I literally was getting on my notes down to sound mixing in scene cuts because it's like this like loud like white noise and
Yes,
then it will cut and it's crisp dead
absolutely.
silence.
And it's like, what were you did you get genuine like highway audio to put in this scene? It was so loud.
It was just like you couldn't like do any mixing.
No. And
Like
then
no.
and it was for no reason. Like, we didn't even really need to cut back to EJ. He's like, hello, my darling, where are you? And it cuts to her, and she's like, you know what I've been thinking about? And then it cuts to him just going, what? And then it
Yeah,
cuts back to her. Like, it's
yes.
so jarring.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary. I also wondered, is the actor that plays EJ really British?
He is, I actually know that, I think he's Australian.
Okay.
So he's Australian who's been living in LA probably for decades and is doing a British accent. So it
Yes.
becomes a real mishmash of sounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In the way that sometimes I felt Gwen in the last episode, I was like,
Yes.
sometimes
Which,
this is very, very real, and sometimes
yes,
it's crazy.
I have to start sending you clips of her because now she's playing a
Oh,
character
as
who
her
is
new
American
character.
and it's
Um,
wackadoo.
Best. I
Yeah.
need to see this. I need to see
Absolutely.
it.
So Nicole's driving, and in a moment of pure foreshadowing, Nicole is just overcome with love and gratitude for EJ and the happiness she feels that they're having this baby together. And then they cut to Leo screaming, Dimitri swerving into the other lane. And he's like, I can't control the car. And then all of a sudden, Nicole squints at headlights coming toward her and shouts, EJ, oh my God. And then her call with EJ cuts out. And he panics and just like tries to get a hold of her. And again, I'm like, did he not hear her say, like, EJ, oh my God? Like, he's just like, the call dropped.
Well, so okay, I have a few things about this. First of all, I didn't love the fact that they were perpetuating the stereotype that gay guys are bad drivers. Um,
We have
which
to get
comes
rid
up
of this stereotype.
many, many times in this episode because later Leo's like, you know, I can't be the one to drive that
I
baby to
know,
the hospital.
I
You
know.
have to do it. And I'm like, but we've seen that Dimitri is a terrible driver.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're
He got
saying
us
that.
into this place.
So I was a little bit like, okay, we really made some strides in the last episode to show that gay men are humans.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And now we're sort of falling back a little bit on stereotypes that they can't drive. Now,
Absolutely.
to be fair, a lot of gay guys can't drive.
But we
I don't
don't need
think
to
we
get
need to
into
be
that
putting
on
that
Days of
out
Our Lives right
in a
now.
weekly TV show.
No, come
And
on.
then I wasn't super surprised that EJ didn't realize the like intensity of the crash because I will say Nicole, her oh my God was sort of just like, oh my God. Like she was seeing an alien land. I don't know what was happening exactly because then it cut back to EJ and he was fully smiling
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then played
yes,
them.
yes, yes. He's like, oh, she's so, oh, weird. The call dropped.
Oh, wait, what
Yeah,
happened?
we're gonna move away from that chaos and head into the Brady pub, where I guess dishwasher Tate, the boy who was bogusly booted out of boarding school.
Yes, I okay, great. I was starting to like piece that together. I was like, this must be the
Yes,
one.
you're like, wait,
Um,
but I need to see him in an apron with soap suds like spilling out. Like we need to see him
yes,
dishwashing.
yes. And I just called him Cool Teen.
Cool teen.
Cool Teen. I said, Cool Teen hits the pub.
There you go. And you think he's there for work, but no, I guess he's just there to run into his uncle Eric.
Or to see
Oh
Eric's
yeah,
dad.
who is Roman, who owns the pub.
Okay. No, his
But
boss.
his boss, exactly. But clearly he's not there to do any of that because he leaves immediately.
Right.
So Eric Brady, salt and pepper bearded man,
Hmm.
is the real father of Nicole's unborn baby, but none
Yes.
of them know this
Okay.
yet.
Even Nicole and Eric don't know.
That's correct. So
Okay.
I'm going to get into more of those details in one of the later scenes, I think. So Tate congratulates Eric on recently getting married to Sloane, who's
Hmm.
blonde model lawyer who we will meet in just a moment. And Eric shares that, it's a crazy time. They're also adopting a baby and they might be getting the baby as early as tonight.
Maybe by tonight. I was like, well, hold on.
What Amazon Prime like adoption service is
And
this?
again, I was like, this is how this show promotes heterosexual privilege. Because if Leo and Dimitri wanted to get a baby, it
Oh
would
my
take
God.
much more than a day to
Yes.
get that child.
We're getting it. We're getting the baby tonight.
Maybe it might, or yeah, I don't know. The tracking said between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Like,
I don't know if we'll have to sign for it or
I
what,
know,
but
gotta be at home.
little does Eric know that Melinda Trask, who is their
Mhm.
adoption lawyer,
Okay.
yes, she was a former DA in Salem, but she got fired by Jackie Harry,
Wait,
who
Jackie Harry is on this show?
Grant, yes. Jackie Harry is
How?
the acting mayor.
Oh my
You've
God.
got to start watching full
Okay, wait.
time. Okay,
I'm
I'll have you
I'm
back for
in.
some I'll have you back for some more Jackie Harry episodes.
Great. Okay, great.
I'll put you on the list. So, Melinda Trask, who is serving as the adoption lawyer for Sloane and Eric, is back at Sloane's place with Sloane, breaking the
Hmm.
awful news that they lost the baby, which I do feel
Yes.
is a poor choice of words in this situation.
Terrible job. Because I was like, okay, so this must be OBGYN. This must be some sort of like grief counselor.
No.
Like who, because I also was like, who is, well, first of all, she's giving me Sandra Oh
Yes.
down
Yes.
in a great, I was like, this could be Sandra Oh's sister.
I love
Like
her too.
they
And
are so similar.
I feel like she's a
She's a
really good
very good
actor
actor.
too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. But I was confused because I was like, she has her coat on,
Yep.
purse on.
Yep.
She's either coming or going. And we're like in a deep conversation
Yeah.
with Sloane, who I am now calling New Green Girl.
I wrote she's in the greenest, satiniest, lowest cut wrap dress of all time. She is Green Girl 2.0.
For a moment, I thought it might be the same blouse that Jada was wearing in the last episode.
But the
But
skirt
then I
was
saw it
just
was a
tucked in.
dress.
Oh, the skirt could have been tucked into pants.
I would not have put it
Put it
past the
past them.
costume designer of this show. They're like, I know it's a dress, but just put the pants over it. Just pull
Yeah,
the pants up.
it's fine. It's fine. No one will notice. No one's doing a recap podcast of this show.
Yeah, no, that would be crazy.
That would be
Oh, can we
insane.
go back to one thing
Yes,
with
please.
Cool Teen?
Yes.
This is where I was like, that's inappropriate eye contact between Cool Teen and the uncle.
Oh, no, I didn't even clock it.
There was a moment where I was like, oh wait, that didn't feel right.
This felt you're standing too close and looking each other too deeply in the eyes.
Yes, yes.
And there's something about Eric like he has such like a gravelly voice and he's like so earnest that yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if
Mhm.
everyone he has a scene with is like, are we in love? Like, are we about
Yeah,
to
like
fuck?
wait, we're flirting.
So yeah, let's get into a little bit of
Yeah,
the
we've lost
backstory.
the baby.
Yes, Sloane, you lost the baby.
She goes, is this a joke? And Melinda goes, no.
Because here's what happened. So Melinda, in the last episode, Melinda came to their door and said, knock, knock, knock. Congratulations, you're getting a baby. There's a woman, she lives in like St. Louis or something.
Uh-huh.
She is giving her baby up for adoption and you're going to get her baby. It's a baby boy. He could be here as early as tonight.
It's on a pallet on the truck.
Literally. So then Eric left and like I guess Melinda got a phone call because now it's the same moment
So wait,
in
this
which
has happened.
it is the same.
So
Yes.
that's why she has her coat on.
That's
She's
why
like,
she has her coat on because she's like, I was literally just stopping by to give you this good news. And now I got a phone call that the adoption is not going through. But the way I am phrasing it to you is you lost the
you've
baby.
lost the baby.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So Sloane is, I think, understandably confused.
Yeah.
But what is happening is that Sloane knows that Eric is the actual father of Nicole's unborn baby. Eric and
How
Nicole,
does she know, but they don't even know?
let me tell you,
Oh, brother.
Eric and Nicole used to be married. They were very much in love. They got divorced because he wanted to go back to being a priest, I think.
Oh, wait.
And I'm serious.
Okay.
So they got divorced, but then he came back.
Which, like, that must hurt to be Nicole. I want a divorce because I'd rather be celibate.
I'm
for the
going to go
rest of
back
my
to
life
God.
than
Yeah,
be
yeah,
with
yeah.
you.
Yeah. So he came back to town after a while. She was with other people, but they were always doing this, like, will they, won't they get back together? And then there was an episode where Talia, doctor,
Yes.
when she was in her evil era, poisoned a bunch of biscuits with crazy sex stuff that made everybody have sex with the wrong person.
Yes.
And
so
Nicole and Eric had sex.
Okay.
She finds out she's pregnant. She's like, there's a chance it could be Eric's baby because of the sex biscuits, and I had sex with him. Or it could be EJ, who is my current, like, partner, fiance at the time. They recently got married. Since Nicole knows there's a possibility, she wants to do, like, a DNA test. For some reason, Nicole gets Sloane involved, being like, can you get Eric's DNA? I think I'm misremembering it. But Sloane knows that if the baby is Eric's, Eric will leave her and be with Nicole.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So she's like, there can be no chance that this is Eric's baby. So she does not submit Eric's DNA for the test. She swabs her own mouth and puts it in.
Wow. Okay.
Then
falsifying
medical records. Absolutely. Also, she went on to falsify more records where she had to make it
once you've done one, why not do more?
It's true. She then had to she had to get documentation to make it look like EJ was a match, even though he was not. And so there's been a lot of, like, switching of envelopes and stuff. Somehow she found out that, like, I think she saw the real test. Like, she knows EJ is not the biological father, so it has to be Eric. So she's keeping the secret, and she's been desperately trying to, like, distract him with a baby. So she did get pregnant, and then she did lose the baby. Correct choice of words. She found out she was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, and she cannot carry a child, and that was traumatic. So they've turned to express adoption.
Great. Very express.
So Melinda is the only other person, this lawyer is the only other person who knows the truth about Eric being the father of Nicole's baby. And that's what you missed on Days of Our Lives.
Okay, thank you. That is so helpful.
So now we're going to go back to the back roads of Salem on the way to the submarine dock, or wherever this car crash has taken place.
Somewhere, Eric is later in the episode's like, that's really, I know where that is.
It's really remote.
And I was like, well, okay, how do you know it, freak? Like,
what have you been up to down at the submarine dock?
Yeah, God.
So Leo and Dimitri are in their car gathering themselves as smoke rises from the hood of their car to indicate a crash has taken place because we can't damage this one car.
They were like, how are we going to do this? I don't know. Get the fog machine and
get the fog
right
machine
underneath.
Yes. Leo's understandably pissed that Dimitri was driving like a maniac and made them crash. And then he spots the other driver up ahead and wants to make sure they're okay. But Dimitri wants to keep moving. Leo's determined and he gets out of the car. So Dimitri reluctantly follows to a suspiciously similar black sedan. You never see both cars in a shot.
No.
Okay, so they step up to the car and they just stare at it for a very long time until Leo offers the perfect greeting. Hello? Anyone home?
That'll do it. I also was like, I love that the driver side window, they were like, well, we have to show it's like crashed out. So they were like, quick, make some like Halloween decoration sugar glass and we'll smash it and just stick it around the window.
That's exactly what it is.
And then the other ones, they just roll down the windows.
Yes.
Because it's just fully open in the back.
Yes.
Which I was also like, first of all, what did she crash into? And
Right.
second of all, do your windows just automatically
Blow out.
blow the fuck out? I also love, or I don't know, I was like tracking, like, I feel like Leo, since the last episode, is really trying to like absolve his sin. Like, he
He
is
really
very,
is.
like, wants to do the right thing now, which I think is very interesting character development
I
for him.
agree. And I think it's interesting because he was very much a villain, and now Dimitri is like a mega villain. And I feel
Gay
like being,
villain.
yes, and I feel like being around Dimitri is like making Leo want to be good, which is an
Yeah.
interesting twist instead of the two of them becoming a super villain gay dynamic duo.
Yeah, which like would also be very interesting. But I mean, I like loved when Leo was like, "Oh my God, the person over there, they're definitely hurt. They're not moving." And Dimitri goes, "What's your point?"
I know.
I'm like, "Bitch,
Yeah, he's ice cold.
ice cold
So
and
yeah,
so hot."
Le Grant,
I know. It's just,
toxic.
I know, but you know, the
He's
bad boy thing. I don't
toxic.
know.
No, the bad boy bangs.
Yes,
Okay, so yeah, Leo's like, hello, anyone home? And finally we see
hysterical.
the sugar glass driver's window smashed open, and
Uh-huh.
Nicole is unconscious, slumped against her airbag.
She is laying on that airbag like it is a pillow.
It
Like she's
looks
like
like one of those
sleeping.
donuts that you like sit on when you have hemorrhoids that's been blown
It's
up and she's laying on it.
the most comfortable crash victim I've seen in quite a
It's
while.
true. It's
I
true.
also was like, does this show not show blood? Because I feel like in the last episode and this episode, there are like moments where I'm like, yeah, that person would have blood. And I just
Oh,
wonder if they like
yeah.
don't show blood as like a matter of principle.
I don't know. I think they do, but
Okay.
maybe I'm wrong because it seems weird that they wouldn't. But it also
That she's
feels
like in
just,
this horrible crash
yeah, nothing on her face.
and just like full beat,
We're just,
just like full,
eyelash
like hair perfectly
extensions.
like mink eyelashes.
Yes, it's very true.
Just taking a nap on the airbag.
There you go. Oh, Sleeping Beauty. And there we finally are
Yes.
at the opening title. Like sands
Hmm.
through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Back at the DeMera mansion, EJ finally starts spiraling, like he's realizing something's wrong. He's getting
Hmm.
Nicole's voicemail and he leaves the most useless voicemail, which verbatim is, Nicole, where are you? What happened? Do you need help? Call me back.
I mean, it's like straight to the point. There's also this thing where they're like, her phone's going right to voicemail. And I'm like, does someone's phone die when they get in a car crash? Like, and then they're like, well, maybe there's no cell service. But I'm like, but she was on the phone when she was driving
I
and
did not
crashed.
even think about that. Literally, the entire episode, they're like holding up the phones, being like, oh, there's no signal,
I'm like, well, there was when she was talking on the phone.
about how much she loves her husband and her
Uh-huh.
baby. Yeah,
That
so that's
5G
hilarious.
was bumping. No, it's not. We don't know what's happened. Maybe she crashed into the phone,
She crashed into
the
the
pole,
tower.
and now we meet cool girl teen.
Cool girl teen. That's exactly right. This in walks Nicole's daughter, Holly. This is her daughter
Mhm.
from a previous relationship who has been a recent victim of soap opera rapid aging syndrome. I don't know if you heard me talk about this with Tate.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yes.
she, as recently as like 6 months ago, Holly was referred to as like a little girl. And she was never seen
I'm
because
I'm
they deal
obsessed
with
with it.
kids very rarely.
Yeah, they're like, no, 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 we
They're
can't.
just like, oh God, rapidly age them, rapidly age them.
Quick.
Quick, put them in high school, have them smoke weed.
Give them I love she had little braids. She had one little braid on both sides of her head.
Two little braids and like a graphic cardigan to show that she is Gen Z. Holly walks in. EJ explains that Nicole's on her way home, but the phone went dead. And again, I'm like, he didn't hear her shout, EJ, oh my God. EJ says he thought he heard a crash. And Holly immediately is just like, let me try calling her. Oh my God, I went straight to voicemail. And I'm just like, Jesus, everybody in
Yeah,
these
not
voicemails.
helpful. Not helpful.
So EJ decides that he has to leave to go get more information, which he's
He's
just
gonna
going
like
to
try to find her.
hit the streets.
Yeah.
And he instructs Holly to stay at home by the phone in case anybody calls. And you know immediately she's not going to do it.
We're promoting landline culture.
Absolutely. And he did point, he was like, stay by the phone. And he
Yeah.
pointed like off, but you can't see anything. And I'm like, okay, I guess we just believe there's a landline there.
But then he leaves and Holly, I said, she looks around like, where the fuck is our phone? Like, she's like,
Yes,
huh?
totally. What phone? The phone comes with me.
Yeah, it's in my hand. I don't need to stay here.
What is he talking about? We're going to go back to the seedy motel. Jada admits that she thinks Dimitri would have killed her if Leo hadn't
Yeah.
been there to talk him down. And she very dramatically delivers, Dimitri had a gun to my head. And then Rafe just goes, son of a bitch. Like, so low energy. Son of a
Oh
bitch.
my God, it's so funny. And honestly, not the worst thing he could have called. Like, he really could have gone in a
We're
different
also
direction.
gonna traffic in some gay name calling
Oh,
in this episode,
oh,
and I've
oh,
clocked it.
I clocked it.
It is crazy.
But I also said Leo is a hero because he saved Jada.
That's exactly right. And no one is giving him the credit that is due
I
to
know.
him. Jada wants Rafe to get back out on the search, but he insists he's going to take her to the hospital. She wants to prove she's fine. So she stands up and takes one step before, and the only word I could come up with is swooning into Rafe's
Yes.
arms. She's literally just like, oh, it's not even like she's
The
unsteady. She just daintily crumples.
she like folds like a house of cards. Like her body's just like like
Yes.
it's so funny
Yes.
because it's that classic thing of being like, I'm totally fine. If I wasn't okay, could I do this?
And then
And
she's
then
like,
just
oh, I
fully
can't. Oh, hold me, Rafe, in
fully
your big
dead. Yeah.
arms.
And then I said Rafe and Jada, intense sexual chemistry.
That's exactly right. Because then his follow-up line, he catches her and then he looks her right in the eyes and goes, are you going to start listening to me now? And I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God.
whoa.
Excuse me, I'm blushing.
And also you're her boss too, so
This was a whole
you
thing.
know, watch out.
I think when they started, did they fuck because of the Sex Biscuits too? I think they originally fucked because of the
Whoa.
Sex Biscuits, but it led them to realize they had genuine feelings for each other. And then he
Sure.
got temporarily suspended because you can't just go fucking one of your employees when you're the police commissioner. But I guess he was
Yeah.
reinstated and everything's fine and they get to be
Okay.
together. But the energy at the end of that scene was very like, we're about to use this motel bed.
Well, the room's paid for. Might as well.
Then we go back to the crash site. Dimitri's immediately freaking out, like pacing back and forth. They're really doing a clown
Uh-huh.
show.
He does pace, but first he is standing with he's like sort of bent over with his like hands on his knees looking in the car. And I was like, yeah, push that bed out, sir. You know exactly what you're doing, Dimitri.
He knows what he's doing. So Leo goes, they're looking at Nicole asleep on the poofy airbag.
Trying not to wake her up.
Yeah. Leo goes, do you think she's... And Dimitri goes, dead? Like, screams. And I'm like, okay, so we're clearly not worried about anybody nearby. This is a remote enough road.
It's very remote.
It's very remote, as we
So
learn
remote,
later.
two people were driving on it at the same time it could
In
crash.
opposite
but
directions.
Not remote enough that no one drives by
Yeah.
to help them.
Yeah. He's just like, is she dead? I don't know, but we've got to go. And Leo is like, Dimitri, this is Nicole Walker. She's married to your uncle, EJ. And Dimitri goes, well, I'm sorry for his loss.
I know, but I also was like, okay, thank you for just the reminder, right?
Exposition. Yes.
Exposition. This is full name, Nicole Walker.
That's Nicole Walker. She's married to your uncle, EJ, who we also are seeing in this episode.
Yep, just like piecing it all together.
Yes, we're building the family tree as we go through the
Absolutely.
episode. Leo can't believe that Dimitri would be so heartless and cold. And Dimitri's
I
just
know.
like, look, if she's dead, she's dead. But then they hear a moan from Nicole.
I said a moan too. It's very clearly like a
It is,
moan from
yeah,
the front
it's
seat.
absolutely. And then Leo does a Dr. Frankenstein. She's alive.
Alive.
Great.
It's amazing because Leo will, no matter what is happening, Leo will always find a way to bring in some levity.
Absolutely.
A
Yes.
little bit
He
of comedy, a little bit of like a little
camp.
joke, a little thing. Yeah, a little camp.
Okay, now we're going to go to the hospital where Jada's got an ice pack on her head while they wait for the
Uh-huh.
doctor.
I was waiting for Talia to come in as the doctor.
But she has since left Salem. I should have told you.
Oh,
She
okay.
left Salem to go get her shit together because nothing good was going to happen to her here after her
Well, because she
therapist
had a
yelled at
terrible
her.
fucking therapist.
Yeah. So I think she, like, quote unquote, went back to California, I think is where they were maybe from. I don't fucking know.
Sure.
We'll see if we ever see Doctor again. So that's why we don't get to see the doctor in this episode, is
I
because
was
Doctor
waiting.
left.
I was like, come on, Sister Act.
Oh, come on. Oh, that would have been good. So Jada's like, my head is fine. It's my ego that took the real blow. And I'm like, no,
Ay, ay, ay.
ma'am, you have a
You couldn't
concussion.
walk.
Like you, what are you talking about? She just wanted to get caught in Rafe's arms.
Yeah.
So she's beating herself up because Dimitri and Leo stole her car to escape, and it's her personal vehicle, so the department can't track it. But Rafe assures her that they have every cop in Salem searching for those idiots. His
Those
words,
idiots.
not mine.
Not ours. Not ours. I also was like, oh, there's a little like commentary on like the American healthcare system in this scene where they're like, where's the doctor? Well, he said it would just be a minute. And Rafe goes, huh, a minute's too long. And I was just like this, like waiting for like
Absolutely.
like the doctor's office is staffed by like minimum.
Well, we
Like
lost
we
one
don't have
doctor,
enough.
so now we're
Yeah,
down
she's
to
gone.
however many. We have four
Yes.
people who stand at the nurse's station and do busy work as background
Hmm.
actors. Like,
Yeah.
listen, we're bare bones here. Okay, so back on the roadside, they've somehow managed to get Nicole out of the car and propped up against a
Uh-huh.
log, and she's
Yeah.
moaning in pain. And I'm like, how smoothly did that happen?
No.
Get an
And they just
unconscious pregnant woman out of her driver's seat. Did they pull her out through the shattered window?
I think they might the sunroof.
Exactly. It's crazy.
And then they're like, where should we put her? I don't know, this pile of
Up
rocks.
against this log.
That's comfy. And then every scene, there's another blanket that gets added to this like set. Like they like throw a blanket over her legs, and then they throw a blanket on the baby, and
And
then a
then the baby
different
gets
blanket
another
on the
blanket.
baby.
I have a blanket count at the end of the episode. It is crazy. And again, I'm just like, I guess this is like a PSA for like, keep a blanket in your car. You never know what's going to happen. Who
That's true.
knows?
My mom must have written this episode.
Yeah, a Minnesota mom must have written this
Yeah.
episode. So this is where Dimitri's really like Muppet pacing back and forth and throwing up his
Yes.
hands in
Doing
frustration.
stage business with the phones, trying
Yes,
to get them to like pick up a
yes.
signal.
Nicole is like, what happened? But she's really not
Oh
like
yeah.
come to yet.
She's she's fucked up.
Yeah, she is. She, I guess, hit her head, but has no visible injuries. Dimitri tries to call 911 to come take care of her while they get away, but there's no service in these woods. So
What are we gonna do?
Leo wants to stay to figure out the extent of her injuries. And Dimitri goes, the most selfish man in the world chooses now to care about someone else.
I was
Burn.
like, that's a low
Could
blow.
you imagine if your partner, if
Hmm.
AJ looked you in the face and said, the most
Wow.
selfish man in the world now cares about someone else?
Honestly, I could see that happening.
Grant, you're the Leo in your relationship.
I'm the Leo. I'm the Leo.
BuzzFeed quiz.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was
Are you the
dark.
Leo or are you the Dimitri? Yeah, that was really that I do feel like they are going all in on like Dimitri as the villain of the show right
Yes.
now. And he will even go as low as he needs to with the man he loves.
Dimitri's trying to get him to understand if they miss this submarine, they've lost their only chance of escape. And I
No,
do
the
feel,
stakes could not be higher.
I feel as though if we've gotten to the point where submarine is your last and only escape option, that's how dire the
Hmm.
situation, like that we
You
see
need
how
to,
dire of a situation it is.
yeah. Yeah.
We're not
I'm
crossing a border in a, stolen car. We're getting in a submarine.
we're getting in a submarine after we saw one literally implode.
So back with Sloane, Melinda finally decides to explain that the birth mother decided not to go through with the adoption because of Sloane.
She Googled me.
But before she's like, I thought we were going to do this no names. And I'm like, okay,
Yes. Oh, that's right.
we're being very picky with like someone who just needs a baby to like save her marriage, I guess. Grim.
Uh-huh. The actress who plays Sloane too, she does, I love when this happens, is when people act and the choice that they make is to have their eyes closed for the
Yes.
entire line. She's like, so I don't know what you want me to do, but just tell me, okay? Like full closes her eyes for
Yes.
like 6 seconds.
I do fear she's finding the lines.
Wow.
We're going to get
Okay.
to a moment where I
Yeah,
have it written.
I marked that too.
So Melinda's like, I guess at the last second, the birth mother insisted to know who she was giving her baby to. And when she got Sloane's name, she Googled her.
She goes, as we all know, our lives are all
Oh,
open books these days.
yes. So I guess what this woman would have found out is that Sloane's like the seedy defense attorney of Salem. Like she
Of course she is.
defends
Yes.
all the biggest criminals of Salem.
Okay.
And she got roped into her brother was the guy who was Talia Doctor's abusive boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So she came to Salem.
To defend him.
Well, she was already there, but she did defend him. Sloane originally came to Salem to get revenge on Chanel.
Who was with Doctor
That's correct.
in the forced lesbian relationship.
That's correct. Yeah, it's a long story, but she was like out for blood and was gonna like ruin
Okay.
Chanel and her entire family. But I guess now that she's dating Eric, she's like kind of trying to turn over a new leaf, but she has a reputation, not to drop a Taylor Swift Easter egg.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I guess that's the kind of stuff that she would have seen when she Googled her.
He felt like Gwen, but like less redeemable than Gwen. I feel like Gwen was like a bitch, but like
Yes.
still kind of like on the right side of
Yes,
history.
I
And it feels
totally
like
agree.
Sloane is like the evil
Yes,
Gwen.
she's like smarmier.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, just as Eric's about to leave Tate at the pub, Holly bursts in, can't follow
Yeah.
instructions to save her life. She had one job,
No, did not stay by that landline
never found the
for more than
landline,
a second. She couldn't find it.
gave up. Tate can tell she's upset, and she's just like, something bad happened to my mom. And I'm like, I
Are they
feel like this
dating
is
each other?
no, but they should.
Okay. It's headed in that direction,
I
I
think it's
feel.
headed in that direction. Absolutely. Holly is misguidedly in love with her stepbrother.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
But that's obviously nothing's going to happen there because he's also an adult and she is like supposed to be
And she's
16.
and like actually four,
Yeah,
but they just like zoomed her ahead.
exactly. Exactly.
And Tate and Eric have something going on, so they're
So she
they're
needs to
great.
get in between that. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But my favorite thing is that like this is clearly like an actor in her early 20s who's like playing 16. And so to
Hmm.
like really come off as young and naive, she's like, something happened to my mom. Like,
Yes. Oh my God, like baby acting.
yes, yes.
Although she did a good job. I don't know if it's this scene or the next one. We talked in the last episode about when people get like texts on their phone and they're just like, oh, I just got a text that says,
Yes, the timing is
we
all off.
have to go. Like, there, but she did good phone acting when she was like, well, this is later when we
Yeah.
get to like location
Yeah,
tracking.
yeah, yeah. You can tell she is comfortable phone acting, which
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't say for all generations of cast members on Days of Our Lives.
On this
Let's
show.
just say that.
Yeah.
So now back at the crash site, Leo's now got Nicole set up with blanket number one.
Yeah.
She's got a blanket over her lap, which to me immediately says she's giving birth.
She just goes, it hurts so much.
Yes.
It's like, okay.
And Leo is like, okay, I wish we would have just put her right into the car and gone straight to the hospital instead of just taking her out and laying her on the ground, I guess. And Dimitri's like, we should put her in the car we stole from a Salem PD officer. Like, it's funny, like, Leo is tapped into what actually needs to happen with this, like, injured pregnant woman
Hmm.
that they are now
Hmm.
in, like, responsible for.
Yes.
And Dimitri is tapped into, like, we're wanted. We stole a
Yeah.
police car. Like, we gotta get on the submarine.
Dimitri is like on the long game. Like
There you go.
Dimitri's thinking about like steps 6, 7, 8, where
That's
Leo's
true.
like, here's 1, 2, 3.
That's very true. We can't just leave this woman. Dimitri's trying to convince Leo that they should leave and when they have service, call for an ambulance to go back for Nicole, which I don't think is super how ambulances work.
Can you just go up and down this
They're like,
remote road till you find the pregnant lady?
so yeah, they bicker back and forth. Leo wants to stay. Dimitri wants to go. Nicole is a mess. And then she
Yeah.
finally comes to enough to recognize Leo and Dimitri. She
Uh-huh.
goes, you. And you morons drove me off the road. And I'm like, morons is such an
We
interesting choice of words for
Yes.
how dramatic of a situation this is.
And then I love that Leo's like, he was driving. Like pass the buck. Like so classic gay
If you're
guy.
going to say moron, look at this guy. Of course, she starts wailing, and I guess is like coming to enough to be like, oh, I'm going into trauma labor. And she's like, the
Hmm.
baby, the baby. And Leo's like, the baby's going to be fine. And she goes, no, you moron, the baby is coming. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
obviously, look at the position you put her in. She is clearly going to give birth. She's leaned up against a log, knees bent, blanket over her legs. She's giving birth,
Ready to go.
whether she likes it or not. Okay, so we come back from a commercial break with Rafe on the phone in the hospital waiting room, giving
Mhm.
orders to send more units to the west side, since those clowns, again, his words, not mine,
Yes.
are bound to show up eventually.
This is where I clock. We have now had Leo and Dimitri called two idiots, two
Yep,
morons,
yep,
and two clowns. And I
yep.
said, what about two men in love? Huh? How about just two normal guys?
Two hot guys who love each
But
other.
they couldn't. It's like they couldn't figure out a way without either being like, Leo and Dimitri are over here. Leo and Dimitri are doing
It
this.
was always those
But they also
idiots.
they couldn't be like those gay guys. Like they were like, I don't know, two idiots.
What do we call them? Clowns.
Yeah, yeah, just throw that in there. That's fine.
So EJ bursts off the elevator. I guess he decided to come to the hospital to like
Hmm.
find someone to help.
She was there. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so he runs over to Rafe. He needs Rafe's help because something happened to Nicole, and Rafe eyes him warily because these two have history. So
Yeah.
EJ and Nicole are now married. Nicole used to be married to Rafe,
Wow. Okay.
and it didn't end
That's
well.
complicated.
And
Who, sorry, and this is not pejorative, but who hasn't Nicole been with? He's been with basically every man
the cool
in this
teen,
episode.
she has not
Not
been with
cool
the cool
team
teen. She's
and
not
not
been
the
with either of
gays.
the gay guys.
Okay.
But
I don't want to say she
yeah.
gets around, but it kind of sounds like Nicole
She's been
gets
when you've
around a
been in
little bit.
Salem for a long time, there's only so many combinations of people they can put together given
That's true.
bloodlines.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're not biologically related to one another, you're probably going to fuck and get married
Yeah.
because that's what you have to do when you fuck. Meanwhile, things are escalating at the crash site. Nicole is fully in labor, having
Yep.
contractions, and
Yep.
Leo starts like shouting supportive mantras at her. He's just like, "You are not alone, girl."
There was like one line where he just kept being like, okay, and it's like, get through it, get through the line, get through the line. And then he goes, squeeze your legs together tight.
That's exactly right. He goes, "Squeeze your legs together and we'll get you to the hospital." And she's like, "No, the baby is
Not how
coming."
it works.
And she goes, "And you're going to have to deliver it." And Leo and Dimitri both simultaneously shake their heads in a moment of
Honestly,
comedic gold.
I am shocked they didn't have both of them just like vomit. They're like, gay guys are gonna have to look at a woman's vagina. Oh my God. Although I don't think they ever really look. They had that blanket pretty.
Literally. And
strategically.
he eventually, we're gonna get to it, he kneels down to quote unquote catch the baby, and he's
Catch the
like
baby.
5 yards away from her. He's so far away from her. Okay, back with Sloane and Melinda. Sloane's coming to terms with the fact that her reputation lost them their baby. And Melinda explains that the mother is apparently a quote unquote very moral person. Ouch.
I loved that.
Sloane then is like, I'll fly out and meet the mother. I'll prove her wrong. But Melinda says it won't make a difference.
Sloane goes, I could show her the real me. And it cuts to Melinda, and the look Melinda gives her is like, girl,
Girl, let's be.
please.
Melinda assures her that she'll find them another baby, but Sloane's like, that could take years. And she's like, and what will I tell Eric? And she goes, he's out there right now buying diapers and playpens and wooden gyms. Talk to me about wooden gyms and what you think that means in this situation.
I'm so happy you brought that up because honestly, I did not understand the words wooden gyms. And I was like, I could go back or I could just let that
Let it wash over
sit.
you.
Just
Yeah.
let it
No, it
sit.
was wooden
I'm like,
gyms.
wooden gyms, like I think of like in a backyard, like a
Right, but they
like
live in,
play
they
set.
famously live in an apartment.
And also it's a baby.
And it's an
Like the
infant.
baby
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, that was crazy.
That was crazy that she said that. We're about to get into the moment where things start to fall apart line wise for Sloane.
Technically,
Yeah.
technically. Yeah, I said new green girl is
Fighting for her life.
fighting for her life in this monologue.
So she goes on a rant and she starts with the fact that she doesn't have time to wait because Eric shouldn't have to wait another day to become a father. And every day that passes, there's another baby out there, his baby, just waiting to be born.
Yes,
And
this was so confusing to me.
and then she just sort of is like, and and uh and Eric needs to know.
It was wild. I was like,
There's another baby out there just waiting to be born.
and this is where I was like, the whole first half of the episode, I was like, oh, they're adopting the pregnant woman's baby.
Right, which is not what's happened. Well,
Because I was like, why would you put two pregnancy storylines in the same episode,
you
but
will
they're like
find
not
out.
connected? Well, and
We'll
then you
find
find
out.
out how they're
Yeah, yeah,
connected.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, this monologue was rough. This could have used like maybe a second take.
I think we would have benefited from another take.
You know,
Absolutely.
just
Because I do think it later in the episode, I get where she was going and I get why she landed the plane with Eric needs to know. But like
yeah.
in the moment, it was so disparate that I was like, literally, what are we saying? And then Melinda has one of my favorite things that ever happens, which is when someone goes completely off the rails and then they get to just go, what are you saying?
Yeah. Yes.
And Sloane finally is like, Eric needs to know the truth about his child. And I'm like, okay, we finally got there. This is the moment where
Yeah.
she's deciding she wants to tell Eric that he is actually the biological father of Nicole's baby.
hmm
Woof.
hmm
But it took us a while to get there.
It really took us a while.
So back at the pub, Holly's freaking out to Eric and Tate. She doesn't know how
Mhm.
EJ could even start looking for Nicole when there's like 5 routes she could have been taking to get home. And I'm like, I guess it's a
And she
small
chose
town
the most remote.
down by the submarine dock.
Yeah.
So then Tate clunkily mentions how he shares his location with his parents. And Holly's like, oh, yeah, my mom wanted me to share my location with her. And I said I wouldn't do it unless she also shared her location with me. And I'm like, we're
was
just now remembering this, girl. I thought you knew how to
And
use the
also,
phone.
anyone over the age of 50, you've lost them.
Yeah,
They're like, what do you mean I can share my location?
right.
What are you talking about?
That is very true. It's very
It's
true. So this is where we really get into like full clown show mode at the roadside
Mhm.
crash site. Leo's
Yes.
trying to get Nicole to take deep breaths, and Dimitri's doing the big like inhale, exhale, like gestures to the
Yes.
side. And I'm like, well, we've really like lost the plot. It's just wacky now.
Yeah, it really was like if we go too realistic with what like birth actually is.
It's
Like
yeah,
we're
not it's
not
not
ready for
fun.
that. And like we act, so you just kind of like swing the other direction, and they're like,
Exactly.
make it an I Love Lucy episode. Like make them just
Exactly.
absolutely incapable of doing
Yes.
anything.
Yes. And so Leo's like, deep breath in, deep breath out. And Nicole grabs Leo's collar and is like, if you
Yanks him.
say deep one more time, I'm going to rip your vocal cords out. And Dimitri's like, careful, Leo. I think she means it. And it is very I Love Lucy.
It's full like, oh, hormones are raging. Like
Totally.
just
Totally.
so great.
Totally.
I'm like, she's about to deliver a baby onto a pile of rocks
Yep.
in the middle of the woods with
Absolutely.
no epidural. And then we have two idiots
Two
yapping at her.
morons. So then Nicole shouts out, someone needs to catch this baby. And I'm like, catch
Crazy.
is not the word I would use.
Because that implies she's going to throw it or shoot it out. I mean, like, there is some force coming. This baby.
Absolutely. So yeah, I guess they decide that Leo's going to catch said baby
Deliver.
and he's trying to steal himself. And then he goes,
Oh my God.
I'm going to pretend to be Dr. Leo Stark, who has delivered millions of babies so perfectly that when they pop out, they don't even cry. They just smile and wave. Now, come on.
Yes.
Like he's like truly kneeling to catch a football.
Making this birth absolutely about him.
100%.
He is the star of this birth.
Absolutely.
Not the baby, not the mother.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, you know what? Gay guys never change.
If we're perpetuating one gay stereotype, we're perpetuating them
They
all.
never change.
So then back at the hospital, Rafe is telling EJ that he's going to divert a few resources to go look for Nicole. And EJ's incensed that he should be doing more. And he goes, she could be injured or worse. And I'm just like, what a way to put it.
What a way.
And Rafe's like, look, I've got a lot on my plate, 2 fugitives on the loose, an officer with a concussion, and yeah, I'm worried about Nicole, but I think as DA, you can understand. And this is the moment where I remembered that EJ is the new district attorney of Salem. I had completely forgotten that.
Taking over for Melinda?
Taking over for Melinda. That's exactly right.
Okay.
And EJ then has, I think, my second favorite line of this episode, which is when he says, I understand nothing. Your cavalier attitude, least of all.
Your cavalier attitude.
Least of all.
I was like, oh.
It was very good. So now Melinda's going to try to convince Sloane that she absolutely cannot tell Eric the truth about Nicole's baby. But Sloane doesn't see another choice. She goes, I've been twisting myself into a damn pretzel trying to keep this secret. She goes, getting pregnant, losing the baby, switching DNA test results, and now being the reason this woman won't let them adopt her child. Like,
she's going through it.
Damn pretzel. Melinda goes, you can't give up when you're so close to the finish line. And Sloane clearly thinks, the actress playing Sloane clearly thinks this is like her Emmy line. And she goes,
yes.
The finish line? I'm surprised someone like me is even allowed in the race. Like, her voice gets so deep.
And I was like, also like,
girl,
the race of adopting a child, like,
yeah,
what?
of like succeeding in life. You're like an incredibly gorgeous,
you're a
privileged white
blonde
woman who's a lawyer and like solves problems by throwing money at them. You're good.
Yeah. I also was like, I love that both Melinda and Sloane, like, clearly are just like, they have their mark that they have to stay on, because neither of them have moved.
No.
But Sloane is like working that. If she can like dip down a little bit, if she can like sort of twist, like she's like just working that one spot she gets to be on.
Totally. Melinda's trying to talk her down, but Sloane's dead set that she just has to tell Eric the truth. And then Melinda's tone really takes a turn. She goes, well, then you'd better be prepared for what happens next, because honey, when Eric learns the truth, he's going to leave you so fast your head will spin and you will be alone.
Yes.
I'm like, damn. Truth
I felt like both of them also, though, were a little bit like not totally on book for the end of this scene.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a little dicey.
Melinda nailed it, but like she was even a little bit on a journey of like,
For sure.
what's the
Well, and
next word?
I personally felt like even the use of honey came out of nowhere. I was like, this is
Yeah,
maybe
that
just
was
something
weird.
you're pulling.
Yeah, that was an improv in the moment.
Yeah,
It felt
exactly.
right. It felt right.
So back at the pub, we figured out we can do the location. Eric takes
Yep,
Holly's phone because he recognizes Nicole's location. And this is when he's like, I
he
know
knows
that
it.
place. It's pretty remote. And he's, yeah, what did you do there, sir?
Why are you out
Former
there, dude?
pastor. Oh my
Yeah.
God. They realize her location hasn't updated in 45 minutes, so Holly starts to panic, and Eric decides he's going to head to the spot. And Holly wants to come with, but again has to be told she should stay home in case anyone calls. And I'm like,
Get back to that landline.
how can we trust that she's going to do it this time?
No,
But
no,
I
no.
guess Tate's going to go with her. And Holly desperately hugs Eric and begs him to find her mom. This is again really
Hmm.
good. Like, I'm a teenager. Don't forget. Help me find my
Yep.
mom, big strong man.
Yep. a
And he
hundred percent.
promises her he will find her, and he runs off like the hero he is. He's got big
Off he
hero
goes.
energy. Okay, so now we're going to cut back to the roadside where Nicole has fully given birth.
The baby's just there
The baby's there. We've cut the umbilical cord with a stick.
with part of the like sugar glass window. Like,
Exactly. And Nicole is cradling the baby in yet another blanket, and this one is red plaid.
uh-huh.
Leo and Dimitri are like lovingly watching her, like
They're like
literally
they're
like
like sitting with their chin in their
I have a
hands.
screenshot of it. It's so funny.
So cute.
The baby is like cooing to assure
Hmm.
us that the baby is like healthy and
Alive,
alive.
yes.
And Nicole's like holding it fully under a blanket and looks up and goes, "It's a boy." And I'm like,
Oh,
you can tell from like
the face.
exactly
And she's like, "It's my little
my
miracle." Like she's
precious
so,
miracle.
and she has one single tear that rolls down her cheek.
Her
That was
tears
like
are working
powerful.
overtime. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We then come back from a commercial back to this scene, and the baby is in a different blanket. This is a
Another
white
blanket.
blanket with shapes on it. So we're up to count
Yes.
three
Yep.
for blankets. Leo's like, I found this blanket in a shopping bag in your car. And I'm like, oh, yeah, her mangled car on the side of the road.
Yeah, but also like, well, okay, why didn't he explain the first two blankets?
That's so true.
Why is this the one that needs, why is the
Explaining.
third blanket we've seen the one that needs a reason
Also,
for it to exist?
why would he go into her car looking for another blanket when we already had a blanket for the
In
baby?
one.
Like, what is happening? She's like, oh, I just bought this blanket. And he's like, oh, good timing. And I'm like, she didn't need this blanket. We had another blanket.
But also, good timing, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So of course she's buying baby things. She's buying blankets and cribs and
Yeah.
wooden
And wooden
gyms.
gyms. So then Leo starts to get really sentimental and he shares that this is the first
Yeah.
time in his life where he felt important and like he had a purpose. And my prediction, I'm putting my bid in.
He's gonna become a doctor.
I want this to be Leo's doula origin story.
Yes.
Like he's gonna
What's the
become
name of his gossip column again?
lady whistleblower.
It's Lady Whistleblower's gossip column and doula
And doula
clinic.
services.
No, I loved this. I love that
Yeah,
he
it
had
was
this
really
like
sweet.
moment of clarity. And Dimitri also is weirdly like, isn't it great that we did this?
I
Like
know, he's
taking
terrible.
credit for the birth, and I'm like, dude, come on.
Come on, you didn't even catch the baby.
Yeah, you didn't do anything. You were just looking at your gun.
Yeah, exactly. So he's still like, he's being supportive, but he's, yeah, clearly making it about him and is still focused on the escape. He's like, we gotta pray that Rolf hasn't left without us. And Nicole's like, hello, we have a premature baby here that was born on the side of a dark, isolated
Yeah.
road. Can you guys get me to a hospital?
I was like, it took us this long to be like, oh, the baby's premature. Like, shouldn't that have been like the first,
She's just like,
like the
it's a
first
boy.
thing? Yeah, like before we determine gender, like
Yeah.
maybe we go like, yeah, this is a crazy way to give birth.
They think it's too risky to move Nicole because she could have internal injuries.
I'm like, caused by you moving her the first time. Like,
Yeah.
what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
And then Leo decides what should happen is Dimitri should drive the baby to the hospital and then I guess send back an ambulance. Like, again, not
Yeah.
how ambulances work.
And also, again, you want Dimitri, the guy that caused this car crash in the first
To
place, to
drive with the
drive the
baby.
baby. And Leo
Yes.
goes, I can't do it. I'd be too nervous with that little angel flopping
Flopping
around all
around.
over the place. I
Yeah.
was like, well, I mean, you could buckle it in. I don't know.
But I'm also, yeah, I'm like, are the roads just fully like zigzags? Like we got loop-de-loops on this highway? What's happening?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're on the Autobahn. And they just all have to
Exactly.
go like 120 miles per hour.
Exactly. So yeah, I guess Leo wants Dimitri to drop the baby off at the hospital. Leo will
Mhm.
wait with Nicole until the ambulance finds her, and then Leo will meet Dimitri in the park behind the hospital.
Uh-huh.
I'm not tracking how the
It's
traveling of
not the
people is
most
working.
it's not the most logical.
No. Dimitri doesn't want to split up, but Leo's like, we're going to be earning so much good karma helping Nicole and her little baby. He says,
Uh-huh.
little
Yeah.
baby.
Baby. It's so funny.
And then Dimitri pulls the whole, you're crazy. I love you,
Oh,
but you're
you're
crazy. And then they
crazy. Oh,
passionately kiss.
I was
They
a little bit like, whoa, what do we think people think of that level of gay
of a
guy kiss?
passion. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I feel like they actually have a lot of passionate gay kissing with the gay
Okay,
characters in
that's good.
this. Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
But what I can't get behind is that they passionately kiss and then Dimitri steps back and goes, I hate you, and then leaves. Like
I know. I was
absolute
like,
toxicity.
yeah, like there is a real sort of like gaslighting
Yeah,
thing
absolutely.
happening there where it's like,
I
I
love
love you,
you.
you're
You're
crazy. I
crazy.
love you. Let's kiss. I hate you.
And
Like,
now I leave.
it would work on me though.
Grant, no. I'm so worried
I also
for you and the
no.
Dimitri von Leuschners of the world.
The world, I know. No, I also love that like we do get some like I don't know if this is too explicit for the podcast, but we do get some like bossy bottom representation
Oh, yes.
in this moment where Leo's like, this is what you're gonna do. This is how I want you to do it.
It's so
And
true.
Dimitri's just like, okay, I
Dimitri's like,
will.
I don't know how I feel about this, like taking
About you
orders
being
from
in
you. But Leo's like, but you're gonna do it.
I was like, this is a whole new chapter for these two.
They have some takeaways from today. Yeah, so then Leo turns, he gives this speech. He's like, girl, you are so amazing and so
Uh-huh.
brave. And I
Yes,
have a
very girl
newfound
power.
respect for you and frankly for all women who give birth. But we got to take little Leo Jr. to the hospital.
I also was like a gay man saying to a woman who just get, I have a newfound
I have a
respect for
newfound
you.
respect for you and women. Oh, great. Thank you.
This is what it took.
She's like, obviously, like, no, I'm not giving you my baby.
Mhm.
And he says he gives his word that the baby will be back in her arms soon. And she's like, huh, your word. And I'm like, we get a clear point of view that like Leo
Mhm.
is very unliked in the community. Leo's like, admitting he's like, I have feelings for the little guy, which I hope will pass ASAP. And Dimitri pops in
Yeah.
and is like, I second that thought. And I'm like, what are we saying here? First of all, I have feelings for this baby. Again, poor choice of words,
Weird words. Weird
weird
words.
words. And then that
Yeah.
he's like, I hope this passes. Like,
I think it's a little bit like this like gay guy thing of like, oh, I don't want a kid. I don't you like
totally,
you kids are
totally.
gross. Like they're gonna get in my way of like going to Palm Springs every weekend, like whatever the like is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's like, oh wow, I held a baby or I like caught a
Birthed a
baby.
baby. I caught the baby.
Um, and now I'm like, oh, maybe I should be a dad. Oh, I'm conflicted about this. And Dimitri, who absolutely should not have a child, he's like, I have so many guns in my house. We
I
can't bring a
can't.
child into them.
Totally.
It's not possible. I was just gonna say they have the weirdest shaped bundle playing the baby.
It is.
There's like a sharp point at the top. What's
It
under
is like a
there?
it's like a wedge, like a
Yeah,
triangle. Nicole finally very tearfully decides to hand over the baby.
yeah,
And Leo's like, drive so safely with this precious cargo again to the man who crashed these cars in the first
yeah.
place.
Just willful ignorance at this point.
Yeah, and so then Dimitri takes off, and Leo sits with Nicole and assures her that they're a team now, and he's going to take care of her. And we push in so close on Nicole's emotional and conflicted face.
She's like, fuck.
She's
She's like, I'm gonna die. I'm
she's
gonna
like,
die
this
on this log.
moron. So meanwhile, at the hospital, Rafe shouts out the door of Jada's hospital room, "Thanks, Doc," to indicate a doctor has come and gone. They also keep referring to the doc.
The doc. I noticed that too. I was like,
way.
excuse me. First of all, Talia would not like being called the doc.
Would never stand for that.
No, she is doctor, but never the doc.
Yeah, Rafe's like, "Thanks, Doc." And then Jada buys into it too. She's like, "I think the doc is overreacting." And I'm like, stop calling them the doc.
Stop. They have a name.
Yeah. We don't need to know it, but they have a name.
But respect that, please.
So yeah, Jada thinks that the doc is overreacting, making her get a CT scan and stay overnight for observation. But Rafe agrees with the doc's analysis, so much so that he's going to go back out and find the doc and see if there's anything special that Jada needs. And I'm like, ew, this is all just so weird.
Ew.
I was like, Doc isn't going to be like, "Oh yeah, she needs like romantic music and mood lighting," and like, what is this energy?
She needs a back massage with baby oil.
Exactly. But I guess this was just a device to get Rafe back out into the waiting room, where EJ is on a one-way phone call with, I guess, someone we're meant to assume is a reporter.
Yeah.
He's like demanding that journalists do their job and get out into the field and find a missing woman. And I'm like, what are these?
Journalists are on the front line of protecting democracy right now. We do not need them looking for your missing wife.
We don't take a flashlight out onto the road and go like, Nicole.
I'm writing an article. Are you out here?
I'm like fucking FOIAing for my life, trying to get unreleased police reports.
Please.
So yeah, EJ's pissed. He spots Rafe and demands that he get more officers out to find Nicole. And Rafe just goes, "You entitled bastard."
Yes, a lot of names being thrown around in this episode.
It's true. We're mudslinging here. And he continues to like clunkily explain that one of his detectives was injured in the line of duty and was held with a gun to her head. And he keeps ranting that when he finds him, Dimitri von Leuschner is going to wish he was never born. And who should walk into the hospital with a baby and overhear this threat just in time but Dimitri himself? And so Dimitri has the baby, is literally like, "Duck," and runs off with the baby. And I'm like, how did he get into the hospital? Certainly there's like some sort of security.
I also was like, who? Because they said something about Rafe's sister and a murder charge.
Oh, yes.
Who's this?
Yes. So Rafe's sister is Gucci Girl, is Gucci Blouse. Rafe's sister is Gucci Blouse. And this has happened in the interim. Gabby is being framed, quote unquote, for murder. Someone walked in and she was like standing over a dead man's body with a knife, and he had died from a stabbing in the back. And she's like, "I didn't do it." Like, she's being set up.
Full Legally Blonde.
Yeah, absolutely.
Set up,
But now she's in jail for that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we miss her. Yeah, EJ's accusing Rafe of not wanting to help him and Nicole because he's too distracted trying to save Gabby from a murder charge. And this is when Rafe starts angry whispering. He's just like talking about how EJ needs to back off, or EJ's going to have to prosecute him for assault. And then EJ has a very cool exit line, in my opinion. He just goes, "I'll find Nicole myself, you worthless bureaucrat," and marches off.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, that's a fun name call in this episode.
Yeah. But it was also like, says the guy in a suit. Like,
says
what are you
district
talking
attorney
about? Yeah, like the little pot calling the kettle black.
Totally.
Like, what are we doing?
Okay, so back at Sloane's facing Melinda, and Sloane is like, whoa. I'm not going to tell Eric the truth. She's like, I'm just going to pretend like the DNA results were a mix up in the lab. Like, he's not going
Yeah.
to leave me.
I'll
And
just
I'm
lie
like,
to him more.
this is why when people Google you, they don't want to give you their babies.
Truly.
You
100%.
are evil on the inside.
Yes. I just said for this scene, I just said, I don't get what the fuck these two are talking about. This was the one that fully went off the rails for me, where I was like, I can't track this logically. I am
Yes.
just gonna like enjoy the acting that's
The
happening,
pretty
but
colors.
there is like no world in which I have any capacity to
It was
understand what
very
is being
confusing
discussed here.
because then Sloane gets into like, plus EJ and Nicole are married. And then that's kind of all she says. But I think what she was trying to say was like, Eric's not going to be able to get with Nicole because Nicole is with EJ. So, like, even if the truth comes out about the baby's
Uh-huh.
paternity, she's not going to lose Eric. Whatever. It was very clunky.
Yeah,
And she's just like,
it's yeah, too
but at least
complicated.
I won't have to live with the guilt anymore. And
Mhm.
this is when I said whoever wrote for Melinda this season was really living, because Melinda then goes, oh, forget the guilt. It's corrosive and pointless, and it'll drive you to settle for a half measure. Is that what you want? And I'm like, what are you, again, I don't know what these two are talking about. What are you saying? What does that even
No,
mean? I don't think I've ever heard the phrase settle for a half measure before. And then she continues, I had to write it down. She goes, you can either screw up your life to a fare thee well, or you can stick to it and have it all. And I'm like, what are you saying?
this is when the writer's room is just like pulling phrases out of a bowl and they're like, string them together. It works. It's
Like
great.
a dictionary from the 1920s or something. Like, you can screw up your life for a fare thee well. This is also the
Okay.
second time the phrase fare thee well has been used like this in an episode I've seen. And I'm like, what are you saying?
This is like log this under fait accompli. Like this, it's
Exactly.
just it's word of the day calendar writing. It's just not anything real.
Exactly. So clearly Melinda's like, girl, we are in blood steeped so far that we can neither, I can't remember the rest of the line.
Yes.
We're doing that. Melinda's in
Yep.
on the plot.
Yes.
We're back at the crash site. Leo's getting Nicole, like giving Nicole a bottle of water. And I'm like, where are all of these
Where?
supplies coming from? Who
Where?
had like a go bag in their
Hmm.
vehicle?
Honestly, Jada probably did.
Maybe Jada. Oh, good for her. That's smart. But
But
which
Jada's
card? But
car is
Dimitri took the
he took
card.
Jada's car. Okay, so I don't know where the
Oh
fuck this
my
water came from.
God. Then headlights shine on them to show that a car is approaching. But again, we cannot show another car because we only have one.
We don't have another one.
And here comes hero Eric racing up. And he's like,
Hmm.
Nicole, I found you. Oh my God. And Leo's immediately like, ooh, okay, gotta go. Bye. Runs
Yeah, so
off
much for
on
like being
foot.
on a team. We're a team now. Oh, see ya.
He literally goes, oh, I'm late for a date, gotta go. And he, again, I can't get over the fact that he takes off on foot.
On foot. I'm also like, you are telling me that every single police officer and journalist in Salem has been searching high and low for this woman. No one has found her. And then Eric is like, oh, I know that remote location. Let me drive there in 5 minutes and figure it. I mean, like,
I'm imagining the journalists and the police officers like side by side in one of those lines, like the search
oh, like
lines.
dredging. They're like dredging
Yes.
the woods.
Yes. But it's like one after, it's like cop, reporter,
Uh-huh.
cop, reporter, cop, reporter,
Yes.
like in a show of unity. And Eric just
It
bursts
just takes a
through, being like,
long
get out of my
time.
way. So, yeah, Leo takes off on foot. Eric tries to call an ambulance, but Nicole is
Mhm.
just like, wait, I have to tell you something. I had the baby. And and Eric has absolutely no reaction as we hold on him for 10 full seconds before going to commercial.
Yeah,
Like, absolutely no surprise, concern,
he was
blank
really
face.
internally processing.
Yes. you can tell we're wrapping up the episode because we're getting like little blips of people. So first,
Hmm.
Holly returns home with Tate.
Yep.
She's spiraling and he pulls her into a tight hug, which I said is the teenage equivalent of a passionate kiss.
Yeah.
Like just like a
Yep.
really tight hug. And he
Yep.
assures her that everything's going to be okay. Rafe goes back into Jada's hospital room to complain about EJ, but
Oh,
she's
brother.
gone, that
And does
rascal.
the thing where like he would walk into the room and immediately see that she's not on the bed, but like he can't discover it until the camera pans out. So he has to like sort of just like look to the side the whole time
And then turn.
and then be like, whoa, where'd you go?
Leo, I guess, has hoofed it all the way back to the
So
city
fast.
center. He is in the park where he's supposed to meet Dimitri, and he's very conspicuously whisper shouting, Dimitri,
Yeah.
where are you?
And you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is not the first time Leo's been in this park late at night looking for a guy. This is,
If I've seen it once, I've seen it a
yep,
million times.
absolutely, absolutely.
And who should stroll over to answer him but
Hmm.
Jada, concussed detective
Oh,
Jada
you
Hunter.
can walk now at least.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And she goes, you know what? I was wondering the same thing. Incredible.
The one thing is like I do wish she had like rolled up in a wheelchair.
Absolutely. Yeah, she has like a cane or at least like a wrap all around the head
Or like
bandage.
a neck brace, something to indicate. But
Yes.
then I was like, girl, you're gonna arrest Leo? He saved your life.
Grant, I'm sorry to say that's exactly what's about to happen. Meanwhile, Nicole's explaining to Eric that yes, she gave birth right here on the side of the road. And he's like, where's the
Where
baby? Where is it? And Nicole does not respond.
this is where I was like, this is chilling,
Yeah,
actually.
I
Like
know.
a woman who was pregnant, who is no longer pregnant, and is like, I had the baby, and someone being like, where is it? And she doesn't. I'm like, that is
Yeah,
so
grim,
wow,
grim.
grim.
So we cut
Oh,
back finally. Sloane is with Melinda. She insists she loves Eric too much to keep him from his baby that's about to be born. She's going to
mhm.
find him and tell him right now. And she goes to the door and she opens up to find Dimitri at
Oh,
her door with this damn baby. And the dramatic violins crescendo. And that is the end of
yeah.
the episode.
I thought a perfect ending.
I did too. I did too. Him and his bangs were like really in his face and he gave like a really
Uh-huh.
dark look. Yeah.
Oh, it was
So
great.
that's the end of the episode.
Wow. I love that Sloane finally got to walk across the room at the end.
Finally.
Finally, she was jonesing for it.
It was really worth it. It paid off. So yeah, what's going to happen, as you astutely pointed out, you wouldn't put two about to be born babies into one episode unless it was going to be for a
Unless
reason.
something's going to come together. Yep.
So the brilliant plan that Melinda is going to help concoct is
Hmm.
that they are going to just take Nicole's baby and pass it
Yeah.
off for the baby that she told Eric they were going to adopt as early as
Wow.
that night.
And then Nicole just has no baby anymore.
And Nicole just has no baby. So they're then going to hire a corrupt doctor who has whatever privileges at
Talia.
Salem University Hospital.
Like, get her in
Talia.
here. We need a specialist.
So literally they hire a corrupt doctor to like file a report, I guess, that's like, I got this baby and took care of the baby and the baby died. So they do like a death
Oh
certificate and
my
everything.
God.
And then Dimitri completely goes on the run. So Leo gets arrested. And
Hmm.
Leo's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, Dimitri took the baby to the hospital. I know Dimitri would have taken the baby to the hospital. But you can't
Yeah.
fucking trust Dimitri von Leuschner if we've learned one
No.
thing.
No, he's a villain and a renegade.
So yeah, that's what's about to
God,
happen.
that's great. No, this was great. I did miss, I wanted like one moment with Marlena. Like I
I know, me
did want
too.
a little color block, just like
I hate it when she's not there.
a
She
little
brings a good
bumper at the
energy.
end or the beginning.
Like she's at the hospital and is like, what's going on? Like something
Yeah.
with her there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, why don't you come into my office and talk about
She
this?
finds
Do you have time
Dimitri.
now?
She finds
Oh
Dimitri. She's like, I
my
promise
God,
I
yeah.
won't tell anyone you were here, but it looks like you could use someone to talk to. Or
Yeah.
do you have time now?
Oh, that would have been great. Do you have time now? I did want some Vivian
Yeah,
because
for
Vivian
sure. But I think
is
she's
my
like
icon.
gone. I think she's escaped to Alamania. Everybody goes to Alamania.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sure, when you gotta get away.
Yeah,
And then I knew Gwen was no longer Gwen
it's
because
true.
I heard the last
She's
episode.
also in Alamania. That's actually really weird. They're sending
Hmm.
so many people
All
to
my
Alamania.
favorites.
Grant, thank you so, so
Thank you for
much
having me.
for coming back to Salem.
I fear that this may become just a part of my life.
Every
I
like
love
couple of
it.
months, I'll touch base and then you can tap back in and just figure out what's going
Yes.
on with all of your
Oh my
friends in
God.
Salem.
Yes, I love it. And I love my Leo and Dimitri storyline. I feel
Absolutely.
very connected to them.
Good, good.
And so, yeah, anytime you come across a good episode with those two, let me come
You're
back and
you're my gay guy correspondent
absolutely, absolutely.
out in the field doing the work.
Yes, always. Out in the park, behind the hospital.
Listeners, if you're still with us, thank you so much. I kind of forgot we were doing a podcast for a second, and then I was like, oh, I have to wrap this up. We're just doing this for fun. Um,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Please, if you haven't, leave me a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And follow me on Instagram. I have an Instagram where I'm going to post hilarious screenshots of this roadside birth and other green dresses and shenanigans and things from
Yes.
this episode.
Mhm.
My Instagram is So Are the Days Podcast. And I guess that's all, folks. I guess we'll just say
That's
stay
it.
classy, Salem. We love it. Bye.
Bye.